I'm not going to no parties in Chicago unless it's the suburbs. There's no way y'all putting out all this incriminating evidence on the internet and not never touch the jail cell.
I'm a real nigga, how you like that? If I hit her in the DM, she gon' write back. Fly her to my city, she be right back. 20, 150s, I know you like that. I'm a real nigga, how you like that? If I hit her in the DM, she gon' write back.
What it do, YouTube squad / family? It's your boy CBE Frank. And you already know you're a squad member if you watch my videos, but you are actual family member. You locked in with me when you hit that subscribe button. Also, when you hit that subscribe button, you have a chance to win some money. Look, I really got money for you. You feel me? When I get my first 100 subscribers, if you don't already know, now you know, I'll be picking one person out of my 100 subscribers to give $100 to. Then when I hit 200 subscribers, I'll be picking 2 people out of the. I'll be picking one person to give $200 to, or I might pick 2 people to give $100 to once I hit 200. And I'm gonna do the same thing when I hit 300, 400, 500, all the way until I get to 1,000 subscribers. And I'm gonna have something real special for my subscribers. Then go ahead and lock in now, and let's get into this video, twin. Yeah, you did.
Realities of street life mark the story of 800 Fatz. Known in both the streets and the music world, 800 Fatz was part of a set associated with the Mickey Cobra's gang, located around 61st and College Road, operating in Chicago's Woodlawn neighborhood. His story is mixed with gang affiliations, his role in the drill music culture, and criminal activities that ultimately led to his downfall on November 30th, 2021. Fatz became popular not only as a rapper, but also as a central figure in Chicago's gang conflicts. His set, the 800 Gang, was involved in high-profile feuds with rival gangs.
Go ahead, take your hit. Hurry up. Go ahead. Don't ever say I never done nothing for you, man. Don't ever say that. You feel me? Because we
such as
locked in. You know
Taekwondo
what I'm
World,
saying?
Bloodhound, and Gyro City. This environment of violent rivalries shaped his reputation on the streets and in his music, where lyrical themes often mirrored real-life conflicts. Fatz's story goes beyond the music, revealing the brutal consequences of living by the code of the streets. So what led 800 Fatz from rap dreams to a life-altering downfall? What really happened on that fateful day? And how did it send shockwaves to the Chicago's drill community? Stay with us because the answers might surprise you, and the lessons might just be unforgettable. 800 Fatz, whose real name is DeAndre Jennings, grew up in the south side of Chicago, an area known for its history of gang violence. His connection to the 800 Gang and Mickey Cobras likely began during these formative years, when loyalty and survival became priorities over education or other aspirations. Since he became part of the 800 Gang, he became ruthless and known to be one of the top killers of 800. In 2015, 800 members like Fatz, TJ, Pyro, and others were invited to a party at the East Alley of the 6100 block of Cottage Grove.
I'm not gonna lie, like, I be hearing people from Chicago say back in the day, you know, juking days and all that, parties, it was lit, house parties, all that. Now, if I was in Chicago, whether I was a shorty, a YN, grown, old, I'm not going to no parties in Chicago, you know, unless it's the suburbs, and even then, I'm probably still not going. I might not never go to a party in Chicago, not no house party, no kickback, none of that. Not in Chicago, bro. Like, I won't even do it in St. Louis unless it's something I'm throwing. One of my guys throwing, and we know who all's coming and who all can be let in, and we don't even got beef like that. It's just something about parties always start something. You know, it always take one person. You feel me? You always take that one.
To the documents provided online, the party was a way of commemorating the death of a gang member, Crack, with almost all gang sets, such as 051, Gyro City, 800, and others present. While still at the party, an altercation between 800 gangs and Taekwondo World erupted because of the beef that they had way back in September and October of 2012 that resulted in both gangs fighting and exchanging gunfire. Booby, the first lady of Gyro City, was present at the party. Booby was a lady that rolled with different sets, and it was a lot of different sets that loved her. Allegedly, what happened at the party was a stacked up beef between 800 and TW that ended up leading to letting off shots, and by accident, Booby was hit, and she ended up dead. What made this story touching was that she was pregnant with a baby for Lil Boo and with a son. She didn't really want to go to the party, because she had some smokes that she needed to sell, but she never knew that would be the end of her life. When the news broke about her death, 800 gangs were mad about it. Even the dude who did it was mad about it. He knew that bullet wasn't meant for her. And they all loved her too, which meant it was an accident. However, her death would later stir up the beef between 800 and Gyro City. In a live session with 800 Fatz and Lil Don from Pockettown, 800 Fatz would later reference her death, bragging and adding her as one of the bodies dropped by him and his fellow 800 members. He also admitted to having killed 5 people.
Motherfuckers' family members got shot in their stomach and had to abort their baby, all type of shit.
I literally just said in my last video, like, this drill rap, gangster, all that, it's finna really die off in the next like 5 years, because it's like, it's no way. Like, think about it. When we look at like King Von's story, the 63rd and all them, you got years you can track online of them doing certain things. Even when you look at the Tay Savage, you got years of like, you know, stuff happening. Now, like Lil Jeff, the Bloodhound Lil Jeff, it was a couple of months. He started to get a name. People started to do a little bit of documentaries. Then poof, he gone. Trying to take something, trying to unalive something. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's gonna be like that. These next 5 years, we're gonna see a rapid people like blow up, and within a couple of months they jail or unalive. Cause it's no way y'all putting out all this incriminating evidence on the internet and just gonna be able to strive out here year after year after year and not never touch the jail cell if you don't get unalive first. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's like y'all putting too much information out. Even if you're not doing it, the homies doing it. The ops, everybody is letting the internet know what's going on. You feel me? It's crazy.
Ask me what you do to people, I'm asking you what I do to people.
Listen, we not even talking about that right now, though. But
okay then.
No, you talk. I'm talking about you and me knowing you what I do to people on Captain Grade. What I do to people. No, what you did once before on Pyro. How many funerals that it's been on Pyro? Stop that. You better slow down, baby.
Oh, hey, Pyro, you can't talk that talking before. You can't talk that talking before we go talk to folks.
You better slow your roll, baby.
Hey,
The heated argument continued.
That's crazy. What I just say, that's crazy. Like,
hiding personal grievances and alleged affiliations with opposing gangs.
I'm praying for my people.
800 Fatz was never tired of engaging in online feuds with his ops. There are many examples and facts when Fatz was a menace and did the unthinkable online. An example was when he approached the Taekwon members by himself, dissing Tuka and daring them to say F Pyro.
Yeah, that's fake. Say.
Come on, man, what's up?
I ain't gonna lie, he pulled up on 3 of them, and they did not want no funk. Like, I don't care. Like, he dissed your homie, daring you to diss his homie, and then like he took off on one of them.
He would later then turn the camera and be heard hitting D-Money. However, Fatz became more brutal after the death of his homie Pyro. Pyro made him who he is today, going to another level of...
That remind me of the McDonald's Cairo video, No Limit Cairo. Y'all never seen that? Y'all not really
both the innocent ones and his target.
You know what I'm saying?
So how did the death of his homie Pyro shape his life in becoming one of the most ruthless assassins in the 800 gang? 800 Fatz and Pyro were both in the same 800 gang. But as death took Pyro away, things turned out different for 800 Fatz, making him go after his ops even without them dissing. On May 27, 2016, an 800 member by the name of Pyro, real name Kevin Larry, was in the 5600 block of South Wabash with a group of friends from MLB. According to the documents provided and some information from a Reddit fan, Tommy and his fiancée Jennifer saw E-Boy and 10 Millie playing dice outside on their way to the gas station. And later, all 3 returned to the house. Domo broke into Tommy's door to play dice at 6 a.m., but was later fixed. However, an argument broke out later that day, and MLB E-Boy left. 10 Millie and MLB Domo continued playing, and then both argued over $5 or $10, so 10 Millie left at that point. All the time these guys were playing the dice game, Pyro was asleep there because he used to crash in that living room in MOB Hood, and he's Nut's cousin. Domo apparently got mad and woke Pyro up and told Pyro to get out the house. At this point, Pyro was pleading, exclaiming, "I didn't do anything." Domo threatened to shoot Pyro, bringing out a handgun and an extended magazine. Then Nut from MOB, Pyro's cousin, told Domo to stop waving the gun in his cousin's face. As Pyro was walking out the apartment exclaiming that he didn't do anything, Domo released the trigger and shot him in the chest at 7:47 a.m. and even went on to say, "I should have killed the whole fucking house." Domo, whose real name is Dominic Greer, was arrested and charged with Pyro's death. He was sentenced to over 50 years in prison for the murder of Pyro. When the news broke out announcing his death, many fans began
50 years? Whoa.
act to his demise. Some were blaming him for having beef in the midst of MOB, though they're allies, but was innocent at that point because he never involved himself in the dice game because he was asleep. Others stated it was the karma that led to his death because of what he did to Fish from Matt Creek on September 8th, 2013. According to sources, Matt Creek, also known as Alan Ross, was beaten to death for a $5 debt to 800 Pyro. Pyro met his fate the same as Fish, but truth be told, Fish never deserved to die this way, with just a $5 debt. However, the same saying struck Pyro: what goes around, comes around. He was just 22 years old when he passed away. Fatz referenced Pyro in his song. He ended up in rapping when Pyro died. He had been tweaking. However, Pyro was one of 800 Fatz's closest friends, and losing him would make Fatz more bloodthirsty than ever, going after anyone, any day, and any time. On January 2nd, 2020, a gun trade between members of 800 and a Murder Town member named Curio, whose real name is Tyvel Qualls, was set to take place at East 83rd Street. The trade was supposed to be fair and without anyone getting cheated, but it turned out that the 800 members backdoored Curio. Curio acted suspiciously during that trade, and the 800 members felt that Curio was trying to outsmart them. So 800 Fatz and another 800 member, Lil Twin, tried to steal his gun and run away. But Curio wasn't letting them just take his gun, so when he refused, Fatz and Lil Twin ended up gunning him down in the leg, wrist, and neck. 800 TJ was also present with Fatz and Lil Twin. 800 TJ took his gun and fled from the scene. He was taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center, where he was later pronounced dead at just 18 years old. Shortly after his death, Lil Twin and Fatz would post pictures of themselves online holding his gun. Curio?
Praying for my people, man, the YN, because this trend is getting crazy.
From MTG039 was not the only person who tried to trade guns with the 800 members, and was backdoored because Bando Hothead was also backdoored and killed. 2 months after the death of Curio, 800 Fatz, 800 Semi, and 800 TJ would allegedly go into another gun trade with Bando Hothead from Face World 069. The first gun trade that turned out to be the death of Curio was supposed to be a lesson for Bando Hothead, but he stubbornly chose to continue the trade with the 800 gang members. The gun trade was set to occur on March 10th, 2020 at 82nd Maryland. Bando Hothead, whose real name is Damian Rogers, was allegedly trading his Glock with a switch for another firearm. The trade would go through successfully, with Bando walking up to his car to leave when Fatz and the other 800 members would allegedly snake him and shoot him multiple times in the back, head, and groin while he wasn't looking. Bando was pronounced dead at the scene at a very young age. Fatz, TJ, and 800 Semi would post pictures of them holding the guns, taunting Bando and his members. Some other members also went live referencing the 2 gun trades that got their ops killed, dissing Curio and Bando. After the death of Bando, 069 Face World members were seen riding around 800 hoods, looking for them to smoke. Soon after, Fatz and 800 Lil Twin got desperate for cash and decided to get themselves involved in a series of violent crimes, including the fatal shooting of LaShonda Hart, an armored truck driver, during a robbery attempt. This whole attack occurred in broad daylight and highlighted the escalation of violence within Chicago's gang culture. This act not only ended lives, but also caused the downfall of 800 Fatz and 800 Lil Twin. On November 16th, 2021, at 9:30 a.m., 4 men, NG Dewey 4 and NG Spook from Newski Gang, 800 Twan and 800 Fatz from 800 planned a robbery spree. For the record, 800 Fatz and Dewey 4 were blood cousins, having blood ties. They were close and would show love to each other. They must have followed the moving truck before deciding to rob it. Dewey 4 and Spook walked up to a man threatening him with a gun to take his keys to his sedan car. The whole idea was to use the car to escape after a successful cash robbery. Around 10:20 a.m., the four assailants spotted 3 armored car guards looking at an ATM with cash at a Bank of America branch in the 200 block of West 83rd Street when a stolen Lincoln sedan with 4 people was driving in the direction and stopped. It was Fatz and Twan, who allegedly got out the vehicle first with weapons and demanded money. Their faces were covered with masks and just in black when they approached the guards and demanded the cash. According to reports, Twan grabbed the case a 46-year-old guard was holding that contained between $500,000 and $800,000 cash in it. As Twan and the guards struggled over the case, a third person emerged from the Lincoln armed with a rifle. Then Twan, Fatz, and Spook, being the accomplice, allegedly began shooting at the guards. One of the guards, LaShonda Hartz, 47, was shot 6 times.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Fatz out here, I ain't gonna lie. Like, yeah.
And the 46-year-old man was shot twice.
But we feel it.
Both were taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center, where Hartz died and her partner was left in critical condition. The third guard was inside the armored truck during the robbery and was not hurt. It turned out to be a failed robbery. So the 4 guys fled the scene empty-handed and frustrated with the stolen Lincoln sedan. They would end up driving to the strip mall looking to rob some cash, and then to a mobile store where Twan got out the car and robbed a lot of phones and some cash. However, it was unclear whether this was planned, but in the heat of the moment, while they were driving away with some cash and phones stolen from the store, 800 backdoored NG Dewey 4 and Spook. It was as if everything was being planned out by the 2 800 members who snitched on the other crew members after going on a robbery spree together that ended up failing. Fatz and Twan would later run into a nearby home to hide their firearms. Fatz would then tell the owner of the house to call the cops and inform them that someone had been shot and killed in a car outside the house. At 11:30 a.m., police responded to a call where a vehicle was found crashed into several cars. Both driver and passenger were found with gunshot wounds, and they also saw numerous boxes of cell phones from the Boost mobile store that had been robbed, or found both inside and outside the car. The 2 men that were shot and killed were NG Dewey 4 and...
They didn't even clean out the car before, man.
G Spook, and it was revealed that Fatz and Twan killed them after they got into an altercation arguing over the split of the money. Fatz, DeAndre Jennings, and Twan, Antoine Montgomery, were later arrested and charged with these murders. It was rumored that they both snitched on each other while in jail to reduce their sentence. 800 Fatz would later deny being part of the triple murder, blaming it all on Twan. However, it was later rumored that they got released. We aren't sure of the news yet, but tell us what you think about the whole story of 800 Fatz and 800. Do you think they'll be released after?
That's crazy. And then do all that just to end up tattletailing. That's why I said to the man, like, the streets ain't it, bro. Like, that fast life, I get it. It is thrilling to a lot of people, but having a fast life with money versus having a fast life in the streets, I'd rather take the fast life with the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least if I crash and burn, I go broke. In the streets, it's your life and time is getting taken.